Today we pay homage to what we've grown in the garden, and it gives us this beautiful sauce. It's delicious flavors with everything that came from the Texas Cooking Today garden. Hello, welcome to Texas Cooking Today. Welcome to my kitchen. Today, it's about what the garden is giving me. I've got a bunch of these that have just come ready. And I promised sometime back, I promised a recipe that was a ground to table recipe on how to make a fresh marinara. How to make something that pops with flavor, something that's special. This can't be done with grocery store tomatoes. It has to be done with garden fresh tomatoes. Now there is an important reason. Of course, here we have a little tomato, it's green. I've got one here that's just now starting to turn red, but it's been sitting here on the counter ripening for the last week. Now the reason this one will not taste the same as these, this one did not ripen on the vine. These did. These are full of sweet flavor. The only way you could normally get this is either go to a farmer's market, go to a hot house in winter, or grow your own, or get canned tomatoes. All of the red ones that come out of the field go straight into canning. That's why canned tomatoes taste so sweet. They don't have sugar added. They just naturally taste that way. That's what these taste like. They're gonna make a really good sauce. This sauce, wonderful. You can use it as a spaghetti sauce. You can use it for ravioli, for pizza, for anything you want. It's a good base marinara sauce. I wanna teach you how to turn these whole little guys into a smooth, beautiful, delicate, wonderful sauce. It's not that tough. And you're gonna learn something about a new, wonderful item, the food mill. If you've never used one, you're gonna love it. If you have used them, then you understand where I'm headed and why. Food mill these, we're gonna make sauce. Folks, I need to go get some herbs. I don't have any here, so I'm gonna head out to the garden. Gonna get some herbs, and we're gonna get busy making us some marinara. Oh wow, now look at these, lots of these beautiful, deep red ripe aromas. And back here I've got more. Remember on another episode, just recently, we made a bunch of dried tomatoes. Hey, this is some of those dried tomatoes right here. I'm gonna use those. Also right here, I've got some garlic straight out of the garden. It's been drying and it's ready to use now. I've got some, right here, this thyme, tarragon, and basil. Nothing like fresh herbs when it comes to fresh marinara. Folks, if you're lucky enough to collect stuff like this or to be able to pull together a group of ingredients like this, do it. It's worth your time, okay? So today we're gonna make a simple marinara. Let's get busy cutting this up, chopping it up, and making it happen. First thing we need to do is turn these into a sauce. After that, we can start including this stuff to make that sauce special. The next thing I'm gonna do here, actually, first thing I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take my tomatoes, cut off that stem end. I'm just gonna dice them up and throw them right down into a food mill. Now this is important. When you're milling for a sauce like this, you want to use the strainer that has the finest sieve. So that'll be this one right here. I'll use that and make a really smooth sauce. If you get a sauce that's somewhat grainy, you can try running it through a blender after you do your food mill. The blender might smooth it for you a little bit, depending. It just, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So you're gonna give it a shot. If you like that, then you're onto something wonderful. So what I'm gonna do today is we're gonna mill these, and depending on the grade of the sauce that I get, I'll either blend it or I won't. After that, we then start chopping herbs. So right now, it's a matter of dicing tomatoes, get them milled. I have tomatoes diced. I have a pan here that I'm gonna mill into, and of course my mill is now set up. So I've just gotta get busy running the tomatoes through the food mill to get that beautiful sauce. But I wanted you to see this beforehand. Look at this. Look at the gorgeous tomatoes, man. When was the last time you saw a batch of tomatoes, that many tomatoes that looked that good? Yeah, nothing like vine ripened. I finished my milling. All of the seeds, skins, the fibrous pulp and that kind of stuff is on the top there. all of the tomato goodness, the sauce that I want, is right down here in this pan. And oh, look at that. That just looks beautiful right there. So got all that together. Now we move on to the next step, which is getting herbs down in this and cooking it for a little bit and turning into that fabulous sauce that we're wanting to make. All right, this is on the stove. I've got it heating. It's heating over a medium heat, in fact, medium low. So set your temperature down a little bit. Let this come up to a simmer. Keep the lid cocked just a little bit because we're going to cook off some moisture that's in this. And I'm going to be adding in a little bit more because I'll likely put a little bit of wine in this. It's one of those things I like to add to my marinaras. You don't have to put it in yours. Well, folks, I've got my herbs and spice all ready here. So we got the garlic, sun-dried tomatoes that are chopped up. I've got my tarragon and basil right here all chopped up together. And I have taken my time and simply tied it up with a string. Toss it down in the pot. When you're done, pluck your thyme out and you're finished, okay? It's just that simple. And it makes pulling, something like that out real easy. You don't have to strip the leaves off of it this way. And when you get enough thyme flavor in the sauce, that's when you know to pull it out. You can do all of the rest of the leafy vegetables this way. We could have done the tarragon and the basil and all of that this exact same way if you prefer. I have finished putting my herbs in here. The sun-dried tomatoes are in there. There's the thyme. Okay, so we got all that going on in there. This is going to do real well. I've added in a little bit of wine. I added about 3/4 of a cup of some white Zinfandel wine. It's a great flavor when you're going to do a light marinara like this. Don't use red wine in this. It'll make it heavy and it'll ruin the sauce, okay? Use something light, either white or a white Zinfandel that's a pink wine. A rosé would work. And don't go heavy-handed with it, okay? Be kind of light. I want to say this. This marinara doesn't need that. It doesn't have to have any wine at all in it. So if you've got any problems with alcohol or anybody in the family with problems with alcohol, just leave it out. Or if you want to do a substitution, get like an alcohol-free wine. They make some white wines that are alcohol-free. So something like that would work well. This needs some time. We'll come back to it after it has simmered for a little while. My sauce has had plenty of time to simmer. I have actually added a food modifier to it to get it to stabilize and to remain a nice smooth sauce throughout. And that stabilizer was just simply some cornstarch. You can also use the water from boiling your pasta. That works fine also. And it thickens the sauce beautifully. Either one, perfect modifier for your sauce. It'll make it smooth and like it is right here. Nice, smooth, and it'll coat well. Okay? That's what you're looking for. Now for the next thing that we're going to do, I want to take some of my spaghetti, put it in a bowl, hit some sauce on top of it, and toss the two together before plating. And then I'll do a little bit of garnish with that. Now for garnish, I just used some of what I was starting with, tomatoes and the basil. Now these are my cherry tomatoes grown right next to my aromas. And I'm using some artichoke hearts here that are marinated. Wonderful idea, just in combination with the rest. So this just really works. It's a beautiful garnish and it's a gorgeous dish, something to enjoy. Oh yeah. Man. Easily going to be one of the very best sauces you've ever tasted. This tomato sauce is popping good. This is a recipe. It's got to be made fresh if it's going to be this way. And it's good. So look at a hothouse, find a friend that has tomatoes, grow some tomatoes, and enjoy your sauce. Folks, thank you for watching. Please take a look underneath this video. That's where you're going to find a subscribe button. Click that button and join Texas Cooking Today. I appreciate you doing that. Also, if you would, click the like button if you enjoyed this recipe. And take a look at that description box. That's where I've got my links. The website for Texas Cooking Today, and my recipes are at my website, S.A.Trotter.com. Those are PDF format, and you just download them. If you would, stick around for a minute. I want to show you one of my recipes and give you a good idea of why it's worth taking the time to just go and grab them. Thank you for watching. You folks have a good day. Bye-bye. I wanted to mention to you my recipes. Yes, I sell my recipes. Okay, look, some people, they give the recipes out for free and they charge for the tutorial. So I do it the opposite on YouTube. You get the tutorial for free, I charge for the recipe. I did a lot of work, a lot of writing, a lot of extra stuff that goes with this, okay? Come over a little closer. Let me show you one of these up close so you really realize what you're getting. And then also, I'm offering one for free. We'll take a quick look at that right now. Come here. This is what I'm talking about right here. When I fill out a recipe, when I write one, I always bullet point all of the ingredients, okay? A simple one or a complex one. I, in addition, number the instructions, and often I'll give pictures with it. Now, not all of them are this well done, but this is what I'm going for on every single one from here on out. All of my new recipes you're going to see done this way. And on the end of the recipe, there's always a place for notes for yourself, okay? Right now, go to my website. You're going to get this one right here for free, okay? Cinnamon rolls. Enjoy that cinnamon rolls recipe and take a look at the others I have. They're really worth your time.